Okay, guys, let's get into this backtesting session. I'm just gonna run through probably about an hour or so, just backtesting. So what we're doing, I'll explain the strategy in another video. But what we're doing here is it's quite simple. We're just looking for break and retest on the 1 minute in a specific time frame. So we're gonna have a London entry time frame, and then we're gonna have a New York time that we're gonna be trading. Okay. So the times that you can see here at the bottom on my screen that I'm alluding to here at the bottom, this is South African Standard Time. Okay. So the times that I'm going to be trading from is about 8:30 South African Standard Time to 11 o'clock in the morning. So that's London session. And then from about 1:30 to 4 o'clock. So that's New York. Okay. So as you can see for this specific day, which is the 21st of April. So I've been backtesting most of today for most of April. So as you can see, we're on the 21st. So at 11 o'clock. So now what you do, this is usually my time of the day where I grab some lunch or I grab some breakfast. So you just want to move to about 1:30 and then start. Okay, you jump down to the 1 minute because this is it's more of a scalping type strategy. uh so yeah, that's what we are going to be working on. Yeah, it's not necessarily scalping where when you get in you just hold in for a minute or two and then you're getting out. You still trading with a basic rule of either 1 to 3. Let me take this off. So you're trading with a basic rule of either 1 to 3 or 1 to 2 based on stop loss placement, based on stop loss size, and so on. Okay. So let me just see. Let me put this on. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna get. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna get copyrighted with this music, but okay. Let me just put this on so that it doesn't sound. Put that in the background. Okay, right, guys, let's go. Let's start this trading session. So like I mentioned, it's quite simple. We're just looking for break and retest. So basically you're gonna look for highs to break and then for it to be retested and then look to enter here to take it higher. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing, and the exact opposite for the downtrend. However, as I go along, I will explain to you guys what I do look for in terms of entry requirements, what type of candle I'm looking for, and so on. Okay, so just zooming out a bit just to see exactly what has happened. What you can see here is that, let me grab the highlighter tool. We had this move, uh, taking out these structures, right? Even this year. So once we took out these structures, we basically turned bearish. We then had a very corrective type movement in the market, and this is all throughout London on the 21st of April. We then uh, created this low. So what I like to do is I like to see if we are either in a uptrend or downtrend, check where the lowest low is or the highest high that was formed. So you can see this is the lowest low. So this is a lower low, and then you go back to the actual point that created that, which will usually be your lower high in a downtrend or a higher low in an uptrend. Okay, sorry guys, it's just normal for me to have a cup of coffee while I do practice. So yeah, so that's the way I do it. So what you can now see is that usually in a trend, these levels are going to be violated, meaning it's going to be taken out and then we're going to come back to it. Okay, but what you can see now is that we didn't take out the low. So the downtrend was created, yes, with a 1 2 3 type movement, which I'm going to be explaining in the video that actually explains the strategy. However, you can see that this lower low has not been taken out, and that higher high has, or lower high has not been taken out. Sorry. So what that basically means is that price is in a range. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play it out, and we're gonna need price to break either above or below. But I do really favor the low the low being broken just because of this movement right here that has occurred already. So let's get this and see exactly what has happened. No trading is a no occur in this area. No trading, just because I hate trading in zones or in consolidations. So I'm more of a trend type trader, and I only determine trends based on price action. I don't like any types of indicators using for trend determination. So yeah, a lot of times people use a 50 EMA, which I'm not completely against. You can use the EMA if you want to, but it's just I would like to be solely based on something that I know works, and structure. I know that structure always works. As you can see now, we took out this low right here and we created this low. Okay, so you can see within this consolidation, price kind of created its own structures. So this will be something to note. This high right there is something to note, because this high is the one that created this low. So let's just see how price action plays out. So with this strategy too, what I do want to mention is that when you get this type of price action, let me change this. It's probably going to take a minute for me to actually find a trade. When you do get this type of price action outside of structure, you're not looking for a break and retest. What you are looking for is clean structures. So clean breaks and retests, very, very clean. So if we got a breakout of this, you want a clean move. You don't want something like this. You just want a clean move, weak rejections, and then possibly a engulfing candlestick. End on the engulfing, put your stop loss there, and then go for either 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 based on what your stop loss size is. Okay, so that's what we are looking for. So this will not now qualify for a breakout and retest. It's too messy for me. So that's exactly what I would wanted. So now we just adjust this, move this right here. That becomes your new high. This becomes your new low to be retested. Right off. And then you also need to take into account what the time is. What is the time? Okay, it's about, sorry about that. It's about 1454, 1455. Okay, we can delete this. Let's delete this. Now this is not exactly considered a break and retest. Let's see if we can. Okay, gosh. Yeah, it happens sometimes, guys. Oh, we moved too fast, mate. Come on. Okay, this would have been an entry. Bloody hell, mate. This would have been an entry here. Your stop loss goes above there. I don't know what just happened. We just moved way too quick. And that would have been break even, just because I know that your stop loss is here. Somewhere in and around here, we would have gotten a break even. The way I trade too, guys, let me just add this. The way I trade, it's more so trading to get a break even rather than trading for my TPs. The reason for that is you need to protect capital firstly. So when you protect capital, money will eventually come. Trust me, money will eventually come. So let's see what's going to happen here now is this becomes the low. That becomes the high. I can't fathom that I missed that trade. I honestly just can't fathom it. But okay, let's see exactly what has happened here. Do I like this movement? Let me see. What I do want to do is within this week of backtesting and putting out these videos is really define what happens after the breakout. So what happens after this? So in terms of this right here, so that everybody, because what I'm working off from is basically intuition. So the way I look at this push right here, so you can see we had this movement, right? It's it's not clean enough, but I do want to put put the breakout into words. So what do I mean by that is you want either two candles to break out, or you want a strong candle. But I will get to that throughout the week. Let's just see if we can find our first trade. So, oh mate, what just happened? What just happened? What just, oh, okay, cheapers. Let's see. Yep, unfortunately, I'm not entering on that thing. So that happens sometimes. There's a break, retest, immediate push. So what you also don't want to do is you can enter here, enter there, and enter anywhere in there. You don't want to be entering on a lower low. That is, it's not good at all. Just for the fact that the market moves in highs and lows, and you don't want to be entering where the market has pushed already or has made a new low already. So yeah, this market is moving quite crazy on this specific day actually. At this point, in all honesty, if I did not catch a trade yet and I see this has happened throughout New York session, I'm probably just calling it quits and I'm saying, okay, no, let's go on to the next day, just because of the movement that has happened. Because now you can see, so we're still in a downtrend. We're definitely still in a downtrend. You can't question the trend, but it's more so of every pullback that we're gonna get now. I'm questioning the fact that are we not overextended, because this move does look like it's very, very, let me see, where's that? Okay, the measurement tool, that's basically a 50 pip movement, 47 pips from the start of New York till right now, where we're at about 3:15. That's quite crazy. Actually, at 3:10, that's quite crazy that we got there's a 50 pip movement. So I wouldn't be looking at doing too much at this point. What I would then be looking at is just being disciplined, not getting into a trade after an overextended market. So yeah, let's actually just call it quits for this day, just because I want the back testing to be as close to what I would do in reality as possible. So let's move this. What time is that? That's 7 o'clock. Let me see. Okay, I kind of shot there, but okay. Let's see, 6 o'clock. So we're gonna go to 7 o'clock. Drop down to the 15-minute. You can see that's 7:45. That's 8 o'clock, and that is 8:15. So now we can go down to the 1M and then just look at structure. Okay, clean push down. I'm just looking at this right here. So you can see break below that. From there, what are we doing? We're just forming highs and lows, highs and lows. Okay, what I can see is that this low right here was the last lower high, right? We then pulled back, had a significant pullback. So this is what I do every day before I actually start trading. I will get to the chart at about 8:20, just because I need to read my trading plan. I need to read trading plan. I just need to read a couple of quotes, psych myself up, do some meditation. When I get to the chart, I just look at what previously happened, at what state is the market in. Is it in bullish or is it bearish? And bear in mind that all of this is actually being done on the 1 minute, just because I'm only trading the 1 minute. So as you can see, this was at this point, this was our last lower high. It created this low, it then created this lower high that created this right here. Okay, so now you can see that we struggled to break this, and so we had the first attempt to actually make this low, small consolidation, going up, holding structure, We then attempt to go down and make a new lower low. However, what you can see is we did not make a new lower low, then pushing up to break structure. Within broke structure, you can see there's the respect of structure right here, respecting structure, multiple weak rejections, and then taking out this last structure here to coming down, creating a double bottom, sorry, in a almost trending market. I would say it's kind of trending up because trend lines broken, market structure is broken. What then happens is fail to make a new high, taking out this right here, this structure that was created, pushing down. So now for me, this right here, first of all, structure is down. This is for me, structure is down. This right here is our high that's holding structure in a downtrend. This right here is our low that needs to be violated and broken and retested. Okay, cheap as I've really made this screen quite full of drawings. Okay, let me see, let's do this. Perfect. So let's pull out this right here, you have that right there, and then you also have that right there. And this is, to me, this is the simplest way that you can really find trading. If you want to add a trend line, I don't really look at trend lines like that. As you can see from the way I broke the market down, it's more so structure. So yeah, just highs and lows, that's all we're looking at. Let me see. Okay, you can see that we're kind of respecting this zone right here. Should be down there, but what I do take note of is that the wicks broke this level, right? So this is kind of a break, a slight retest. I don't look at it as a retest because this break is not strong enough though. So let's see. There we go. Now we bullish again. Okay, what you do want to notice that this is pre-London. So this pre-London liquidity is probably gonna step in. Hopefully we get a retest to then take it up. Let's see. Okay, now you just want to take it slow, don't want to go too much. Okay, that's a weak rejection. That's perfect. We're in the key level, we have a weak rejection. Let's see what the next candle is looking like. Okay, that's a breakout. We have a breakout and we're just breaking back into structure, which is a bit of a problem. But let's see exactly what happens. So this is push one. This is a corrective structure being number two. What I usually do wait for is number three to then push, and then from there you can then find entries in this area right here, right? And if you do find entries right here, that's the perfect scenario, because this, once this high right here gets taken out from the first initial push, you never want to get in on this push, on the initial push, just because it's you never know where it's going to stop, or you never know if we are actually going to switch bullish on this push. So you don't want to be calling tops or bottoms in any circumstance. However, let's just see exactly what happens here. Okay, that's perfect. That's actually quite perfect. So this becomes the low. So this is a higher low. That's your higher high as denoted earlier. What you have right here is it the evening star, morning star? I have no clue what type of star it is, but I know it's some type of star. What I'm just looking at is the fact that this candle right here engulfed this candle. So I'm going to be taking this trade right there. You must also remember one of the quotes that I read in the morning before I start, actually before I start each session. So I read my trading plan twice a day. So one of the quotes is that the market is unique at every time you enter, or actually every moment in the market is unique. And I got that out of Mark Douglas's books, one of his books. So what that simply means is that every time you enter the market, you can't expect the same thing to happen. Although you notice patterns that happens all the time. So that's the way I trade, break and retest, because I know it happens all of the time. All of the time, all I'm doing is I'm controlling my risk to a point where if I lose, it doesn't hurt me to take the next trade or the next 10, 15, 20, 100 trades. It never hurts me in that aspect. So yeah, I know I'm speaking a lot just for a simple break and retest, but let's go ahead. Something I like to do is do this right here. So let me see, that's 411, right about there, right? Okay, that's perfect. So let's watch this very closely. We can see we're in a better profit. Okay, unfortunately that stopped. That's the stop. Okay, let me move that. Can I move that there? Let's do this real quick. Just because I don't want my face to be in my screenshot on my trading template. And important, very important on backtesting. When you do backtest, you don't want to cheat yourself out of losses and just act like everything is wins, because at the end of the day, when you go into the live market, then you need to know what your expectations are in the live market. If you don't know what your expectations are, how do you know what to risk? How do you know what your win rate is going to be, or how do you even know exactly what you should do within that specific market? That is the 22nd of April, 8:51. Okay, let me just capture that. The 22nd of April, 8:51 a.m. Entry was 1.39441, and that was 3 pip stop loss, 12 pip TP, long, let me add that. Okay, so all I'm doing right now is I'm just capturing the trade. Perfect. Okay, so that's a minus trade. It happens. Where do I see the... Okay, how do I get myself back? Right here. Okay, delete these. So we do know that this is still the break and retest level. Okay, next two is in profit. This one takes you out. Okay, perfect. Now, what you do need to know is that price remains bullish until we take this out. So price remains bullish until this gets taken out. And if price comes here, it's a double bottom in an uptrend. So it is possible for you to buy. You can buy anywhere in this area here, and I don't think you're wrong. I wouldn't consider you wrong. It's just a matter of stop loss placement and what you're trying to go for, and just knowing that you need to let your strategy play out. That's it. That's all it is. Just let your strategy play out, let the numbers play out, and you should be good. So adjust this right there to the highest high, and until that gets taken out, we can't do anything, because then it's just going to be a small range that we're going to be trading in. It's currently 17 minutes into London. Okay, let's see how we react from this key level. I do think we might break it. can see we find it a bit tough to break it, but I do think there's a big possibility. Okay. We don't trade double tops, double bottoms. All we're doing is trading break and retest in this circumstance or this strategy. We're just trading break and retest, okay? So what we're gonna have to do is wait for that to break above and then wait for a retest to then get in. I hope that London doesn't just consolidate for most of the. There we go. There's that break. That's a very strong break. I can definitely say, okay, this is a break. This is a breakout. Okay, let's see. Oof. This is gonna be one of those times when GU just flies or just stumbles and there's no opportunity for you to do nothing. Yeah, so this is a very tough one. Would you consider selling this market at this point? That's the high. Would you consider selling the market at this point? Let me see. So now you can see we're very rangy at this point. Let me just do very, very rangy. So let's see exactly what happens. We get the breakout. This now becomes the low. The high of that range becomes the high. Let's see if we can catch a retest of that. Okay, I don't consider that. What you also need to look at now is, let me use this. So this is very impulsive, right? And what this is right here is very corrective. And then we have impulse. And now something like that. Okay. We're so close to the end of this session, I probably wouldn't trade it. So let me just clear all objects. And then I hate it when these big days happen and there's no clean break and retest, but it happens in trading where, look, there's the days, especially trading the 1 minute, where you will get days where you can catch 3-4 trades, and then other days where you don't catch trades. It's just about being patient on the days when you do catch or when you don't catch trades, so that when the days do come, when the trades are available, you are able to take those trades. Okay, let's see. We had this big push from the previous day. Price is then very correctively pushing up, taking out structures to the left hand side. Okay, we then create, where's my box? We then create this low. That created the last high, right? So then what you can see here is that price attempted to push higher, but we did not make a higher high. We just made equal highs. Okay, so I don't know, double top, whatever you want to call it, equal highs. We then push down to break structure, which is quite fine, which is perfect actually. So that suggests a whole lot of sellers in the market. So there's a bunch of sellers in the market at this point. So we are in New York, a bunch of sellers. Pre-New York open, we then pull back. Now I don't like the fact that we went past the actual retest zone and into this no trading zone. I don't like that. What I can see on the other hand is this occurring. So this is push 1, push 2. What you're looking for is number 3 to then happen to look for a retest of this zone right here. That's what you were looking for. That's plan A, or the first plan. Plan number 2 would then be a break above. Let me see, a break above there, retest there, and that. So this is where we will be looking to enter on plan number 2. Plan number 1 will be looking to enter right here after a break and retest. Let's see exactly what happens. Okay, as mentioned, a double top in a downtrend. It's not a confirmed downtrend as of yet. It was a potential downtrend. Let's see if we can take out this low. Very nice. Perfect. Okay, so you can see take out this low, immediate retest, weakness in the market. I do want to adjust this to this right here. Okay, delete this, and we can delete that too. Actually, let's just hold that there. Let's see what the this is the predicament that we stand with. Let me see. This is a problem because we just made a lower low and you don't want to be entering on lows. 8 pips is out of my trading plan. I don't take trades with 8 pips. Stop loss. This is crazy, mate. Ish. Oh, and I would have gotten break even. Yeah, no, it happens. Probably would have gotten TP with a 1 to 2 at 6 pip stop loss, but it does happen sometimes, as I mentioned. I hate it when this happens. I really dislike it. Like the fact that you getting this the break of this, getting a retest, and then the candle setup is perfect, but it's just the fact that it formed a lower low. You can't take it, or in my books, I can't take it. I literally took 1 trade on this backtesting session so far. Let's see if I can get another 3 or something. I need at least 2, 3. Guys, so the reason why I'm just doing April is because I just want to see how much trades I could have averaged on the 1 minute. What I'm also just trying to see is what would my average amount of trades be in a week. Obviously, knowing that week to week the markets are unique, but you need to know from based on past history what the strategy can actually do. So I've been backtesting today for quite a while, probably about 4 or 5 hours, and I decided just to make this video just to, I don't know, get you guys involved, put it out there, hold myself accountable for something. So I'm gonna try to really just do this type of videos every day of this week, at least 1 hour worth of backtesting. Let me see, do we get a new low? Yes, we do. We get a new low. Let's put that. This is a new low compared to that, but you can see volume in the market has dropped significantly. So there is a possibility that this could be considered a accumulation to then break up. But let's see exactly what happens. No retest because we're back into this zone. It's a bit of a problem when these type of things happen, but you just got to deal with it. As a trader, you follow your system and you move on. Okay, if we do break this area here along with the trend line, I do think that will be a good confirmation that we are going up. Okay, boom. That's a break. This is definitely a break. That's kind of a retest. Let me see. Can we get in here? Oof. These stop losses are huge. Okay, so it's 5 pips, meaning we're gonna go for 15. So there is two types of entries that I do look for. There's an immediate break and retest. So you have your key level, you get a strong break above like this. What I usually like to do is just include this where most of the wicks are, so you can see most of the wicks. You get a break above, you get a stop to just retest this once with very little body. What you can then do is have a buy stop above this level right here, above the candle, have your stop loss below the low of the previous candle, or just safely under the break and retest level if it's close enough. And then if your stop loss is 5 pips, you're going for 1 to 3. If your stop loss is anything above 5 to 7, you're going for 1 to 2. If your stop loss is below 4, so 3 to 1, you can then go for a 1 to 5, but I'm just settling for 1 to 3s and 1 to 2s right now. So okay, let me screenshot this before. Paste it in my journal, and then let's go ahead. I'm not too sure whether that got triggered. Okay, that did not get triggered. Let's delete that. Let's see if we can get a clean break and retest trade then. So as I mentioned, there's two types of trades. So it's the immediate break and followed by this type of candle, or candle that just has a very small body with wicks on either end of it, and then you enter. However, with this type of entries, the maximum amount of candles that you allow after your entry candle shows itself is two more candles. So if you're not entered in the next two candles in the next 2 minutes, you delete it, and then you just wait for the normal clean break and retest. And the other clean break and retest is just a break above, which is this right here, this blue candle. What you will then wait for is a pullback, clean pullback, however. So you want it to be break followed by a very clean pullback. You don't want, what do I mean by this is not clean? When price forms structure on the way down to the retest level, that's not clean at all. So you don't want that to happen. So break, clean pullback, and then look for entries, okay? So that second one wasn't the best. Let's see. Okay, we don't get an entry there either. So this thing moves to this low that holds that high. Okay. What I would like is these highs to be broken to then just continue the uptrend. Otherwise, if this low gets broken, we're gonna wait for a retest of this low. It's almost 4 o'clock, so it's almost time to call it quits on this specific trading day. Okay, that's a break below. Now that's not quite strong, but it's a break below. So what that means is confirms to me that we're still looking for sells right now. Let's see if we can get another bearish candle first. Okay, perfect. Now from here, let's see if we can then have a good clean retest. Flipping hell. Okay. Adjust this. So we had consolidation, break out of the consolidation, break back into the consolidation. Let's see if we can now just get a break and retest of that level. This break and retest level right there. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking really, really good. Looking at the time, it's just past 3:02. We have some time. Oh, let's take this thing. It's looking quite juicy. It's looking quite nice. I don't expect it to win though. I just let me see. So that's about 4. We can place it at 5 pips. Okay, this thing should be there. Let's go, baby. Let me screenshot this. Simple clean break and retest. Paste. Okay, let's go. Oh, mate. Let's copy that. Paste. Clearly. Let me see, what time is this? 15:36, the 22nd of April. 15:36 p.m. That's 5 pips for 15 pips. Minus 5 pips, 100%. Okay, that's a L. That's 2 L's so far. Let's see what occurs. Yep, and we continue the downtrend. Okay, that's 2 stop losses so far. Let me see if I can catch at least another trade before this, before I have to end it. Okay, 4H is looking like we're pulling back strong. In terms of 4H structure, you can see very bullish, so this could just be a pullback. Okay, let's see. Entering bullish areas now. Okay, perfect. That's 3 o'clock. Jump down. Okay, so I can see that we are in this region here. Okay. 7. Let's go down. Okay. Let me see exactly what's going on. This looks quite rangy. Immediately, it just looks quite rangy. That's the highest high that created the highest high. significant points on the market. Okay, this looks very rangy. Okay, that's a break below the range. Let me just add a point there just for banter. Okay, remember I told you guys about that immediate break. So you can see we broke out of what I just want is a break even at that point if there's enough space. So you place the sell stop right there. First, let me see, do I have 3 pips before I get there? Yes, I do. Okay, so I can delete this then. Now let me see, I'm only allowing this the next 2 candles to then step in. If the next 2 candles don't take me in, then oh well, it is what it is. We move on to the next trade. Okay, let's see, delete. So that's a breakout. Looks like we're going back inside that range. This could have then been a bit of a liquidity run under these lows. Could, depending on what happens now. If we take out this low, this then becomes our high and we are in a confirmed downtrend. Okay. Okay, so we in this no trading zone. No trading zone. No trading zone. Oh, the perks of backtesting, eh? You have no clue what just happened here. I'm sure it's some news. Just the perks of backtesting, man. Take that off. Let's see if we can get a break and retest. If we can't, then okay, so that's a pullback. We did go above that high. Let me delete this. Check the next candle. Let's do this. This is wild, actually. This is quite wild. So the minute I see another blue candle here, it's not clean enough to take the retest here. Okay, clearly. So that means that this is kind of a pullback. So if price does come into here, we're not taking the retest anymore. Oh, and it went up. The nature of price action there. You need price to break above that there, or to break up below this low. No. Is this good of enough trade? The problem's gonna be this right here, whether we're gonna have, because you can see price pushing up, but then you can see there's a pop above that there. So we can consider this to be a break and retest right here. However, what I do want to say is this structure is more prevalent I guess, if you want to use that word, above this right here. Even though this wick higher than that wick, so it's a bit of a problem. When in doubt, stay out. That's one of my mottos. So I'm doubting the fact that I'm gonna get to break even before this right here. If this was enough space for me to get to break even, I would have taken it. And boom, would you look at that? I would have definitely been wicked out there. Okay, let's delete this. Delete. Come on, give me a pullback. Give me a clean pullback. Come on. Ish. Just give me. Okay, that's not clean at all. This is not clean. And we're coming to the end of the trading session, which is a bit of a problem. If you look at that, completely ignored the break and retest level. Let's see how it reacts to this in and around these levels here. So I'm just going to put that there. I just want to see the reaction from it. Yep. And that's why I don't trade after 11 o'clock South African time, just because we usually expect a whole boatload of ranges. So let's move on to New York session. New York and New York. What's that time? That's 12 o'clock down. So from this 15-minute time frame, I do expect price to continue higher. You can see weekly rejections. The highest high. Then I would say that this area right there created that low, or you can even say this right here, depending on what you think. I would like, there we go, that's something that I was going to say I would like must happen. So this then becomes your new low because this created that. Let's see if we can get a retest. Give me a retest. Give me a retest. Oh, this is not good. It's not good at all. So what I'm thinking now is that right there is the high, right? Remember I mentioned this is clean enough for me to take the trade. However, I did not get a bullish engulfing. So let's see. Okay, so we can see nice weak rejections in this region. Very nice weak rejections, which is good. Okay. No bullish engulfing. Just for safety purposes sake, let me denote this as my low. Okay, let me see. So obviously that's my high. This is my low, which is broke below it. We're retesting it. What I will do is I will set a sell stop right here. Put my stop loss at about 3 pips. And then take this down to 9. As long as it's above, as long as my stop loss is above the key level that held price, should be fine. If we don't get triggered in the next 2 candles, we delete it and we should then be good. This is 9.1. Let's drop it down. Actually, let's do that. Okay, I don't like that. Delete. Okay, there we go. That's looking quite nice. That is looking really, really nice. Pull it from the body to that wick into this. Now you can see we're starting to form a downtrend. Would I consider this? No, I wouldn't, because of this break back into that. Doesn't matter what happens now. And that's exactly why. Because more often than not, when price breaks above the actual retest zone with the body, you will then see price go higher. So even if you're gonna get these weak rejections and then get a bit of a engulfing candle, the one that we enter on, what you will then see is price actually pull back against you and pulls back against you quite quick, just because of the way price works. Once the level is broken, it's more often than not actually going to move above that level again, just to either go get stops or just move against you. So we can see a break above this level. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. And guys, I kid you not, this is the exact way I do backtesting. I just run through these candles, and that's because this is the way I actually trade. I actually trade this way, so yeah, that's the exact same way you should trade. You should be backtesting, and when you do backtesting, you don't worry about whether wins or loses happen just because you're counting for numbers. Trading is a numbers game. Everybody alludes to this casino type mentality where you're supposed to be the casino, but that is exactly what trading is. And if you can remove the emotions, which is the toughest part of this whole game that we are in, but if you can remove that emotion from trading, and that's what backtesting does for you. It gives you confidence in, so it gives you confidence in actually executing the trade, knowing that, look, over 10 trades I might win 4 trades, but because of my risk to reward ratio being 1 to 3, or because I know that my risk percentage is going to allow me to take this amount of trades, let me go ahead. You know what I mean? So it just gives you so much more confidence in actually taking the trade. What I am going to do now, I don't know how much trades I took. I think I took 2 trades over an hour, which is, I don't know if it was you guys, if it's the fact that I'm recording myself, I'm not too sure, but it's quite a little. Usually I take about 4 or 5 trades in an hour of backtesting. But I'm gonna call it quits here in terms of actually recording myself. I'm just gonna backtest for a bit longer until about so right now the time is 3:45, just another 15 minutes, and then call it quits for backtesting for the day, and go on and read a book. Yeah, guys, it's been fantastic. Just actually speaking to you guys and having this backtesting session. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. Yeah, let's call it today. Let's call it a day, guys.